Before Lindsay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tonight I rise to bring a troubling issue before the House, one that is destroying so many lives and families right across our region, right across our nation, and in my electorate of Lindsay. Madam Speaker, Western Sydney is on the brink of an ice epidemic. In fact, according to the Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research on the amphetamine intake, Penrith is now listed as one of the fastest growing regions. Needless to say, this drug is linked to a growing number of crimes in the region. The ABS reported amphetamine-related crimes was up 16.1% across New South Wales, but the increase for Penrith was 24.2% annually. Recently, one of our local papers went as far as labelling St Mary's a hotspot, having reported 48 ice-related crime incidents in the past 12 months. Hospitals are also seeing the impact of this deadly drug. Dr. Ni Fung, a drug specialist at the Nepean Private Specialist Centre and the Drug Health Director at the Western Sydney Local Health District, said, "This data suggests increases are phenomenal, with ICE administrations up 7-fold in just the past 5 years." Speaking with a senior policeman at the Penrith Local Area Command Drug Unit, I was told, and I quote, "It's cheap, it's nasty, it's handy and it's highly addictive. It's become one of those in drugs because it's relatively cheap and easy to make and easy to get." This drug does not discriminate either. We're seeing people for all types of backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and family structures take up the drug. For instance, Trent Elliott from St Mary's, a local bricklayer, who had earned $1,500 per week from his trade, spent on Friday nights on ice. That saw him shot, stabbed, bashed, and as a result, using the deadly drug. It ruined his teeth, his health, his job, his relationships. Another case was that of a Penrith resident, Carla, who started using ice at just 16. She told the Sydney Morning Herald, "I was with my friends. My mum left her bank card with me, so I withdrew the money. We just planned on drinking. This guy with a car came round. He was a dealer. My mate was getting ice, so I gave him some money too. That was it. Even though the come-downs were awful, I wanted more and more. I kept committing crimes so I could get it. I ended up in the lockup. That's when I decided I had to try and get my life back on track." It's distressing this drug is so popular because you never know if you are going to be the one that is going to be so highly addicted. You will never know if you're the one that loses a decade of your life. Or even worse, you never know if you're going to be the one that ends up dead. This is a drug that has dire consequences. Madam Speaker, we have all seen the horrific images of people's physicality transformed by this drug, but that's nothing compared to what happens to the insides. It has nothing to do with what happens with the rest of your body, or the destruction to your families, the destruction to our whole community. Ice really is one of the most addictive substances ever created, often manufactured in backyards. You never know what you're going to get, you never know how many times it's been cut, let alone what it has been cut with. Playing with drugs is playing with Russian roulette with your life. So, Madam Speaker, what I'm proposing to do as a local member, because I'm not going to stand here with my community being called a hotspot, on Tuesday the 14th of April, I'm calling on all of my community organisations and all of my concerned residents, because on the 14th of April we'll be holding a drug forum in Penrith to discuss the issues of ice in our local community and how together we can find a solution and how together we can claim our community back for ourselves. Thank you.
The question is that the House do now adjourn. I call the honourable member for Indi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.